Hello, everyone. Somebody's here. Ah, Logan, what's happening, brother? I am in Pattaya. Justin, how are you? And I thought that I would. Can you guys hear me? Ah, Jamie's home. Cool. Can you hear me? Hi, James. How you doing? I've got the Bluetooth um, headphones on. I can't hear anything. Audio and video good. Okay. What about if I change? Right now, I am on the iPad microphone. Let me see if I change. Does that sound any different? I think I kind of hear an echo or something. What does that sound like? I wondered how the microphones were in this thing anyway. Let me know if better the other way or better this way. Sounds louder. Okay. Acceptable or all staticky or some shit? Or what? Not bad. Which way is better? That way or this way? This way here. See, I can. I wonder if I can turn. Is that getting louder? I can't tell. Is that? Yeah, maybe I can tell. One. Yeah. Did that get louder? I turned it up on the iPad. Sorry. I didn't bring. I was going to bring the laptop, and then I said, no, it's going to be a pain in the ass. Better the other way, in my opinion. Voice is delayed. Delayed on it is now, or the other way. Let me see. So you think it's better like the way it is right now? This is through the better with the iPad, quieter but sounds better. Okay, that's with the iPad now. I can't hear anything through here, so it's like I don't know why I have them on there. Noise canceling. They do work good. I took them down to breakfast yesterday and brought the iPad. Went down early. They open at 6. Went down there at 6, and I did take a little video, but I don't know, man. I'm just not the vlogger like I should be. But right outside this one, though, was the balcony, in case anybody had seen. And I know there's a way to use this. I got to figure it out. I'm just not that savvy on shit either. But yeah, just relaxing, not doing much. Going to meet actually Cabo for dinner tonight, and at Taco House where we went for that meetup. And anybody that's hanging around is welcome to come. We're going to be there. I think it's 6, and wrap with him and see if this thing was working. Maybe I'm going back on Friday morning, and then I just found out, and I got the kids a room here, 1900, almost 2,000 baht here. Nice hotel though. I got them. They're going to come over. They were going to stay in school, and they were going to come early Saturday morning, and then they have. My wife has Monday and Tuesday off, but the they decided they were going to take a day off of school. They're going to come Thursday after school, and we'll spend the night here. We'll get up, we'll eat breakfast, and then we'll jam back to Surin. And Saturday morning, we'll make some adjustments on the trailer. I'll have the kids there to help me. The the cousin never showed up, although me and my wife put the water tanks in. I called the trailer manufacturer, and he said from the factory when it pulled nice and everything, it was 100 kilo. So that's less than I thought, but I'm only at 50. So I've got to add another 50 kilo up there, which we'll do on Saturday, and we'll take off and we'll go for Saturday night, Sunday night, and Monday night. I think we'll see. You can't make it where to to Pattaya. Yeah, you guys should jump on a plane. You could be here. Oh no, you couldn't. It's like 20 something hours. So Jamie's home. Everything's cool. Good. How's your back and shit? It didn't look like. Can't they? Can't you get out of there with a bad back and retire tomorrow or tomorrow morning? Um, I don't know if you can do that in the service or not. Um, anyway, yeah, so I don't know. I've just been kicking it. I talked to Mark, and he doesn't have a vehicle. I guess his wife is gone with the vehicle, so I'm not going to go out and run around until I was going to plan on doing it, going by there on the way home, but now I got the kids, so I'll have to catch Mark when he actually retires, when he's done working. The nice hotel. Ron was the one that kind of gave me the heads up on this place, and I think I can't remember who it was. Was it Jason or somebody was hip on Centara, which is a nice place. I probably could get medical, but it would only get my disability pay, not the actual retirement pension. Would you get the retirement pension in 3 years when you would retire normally, or no? And I'm gathering there's a big difference between the disability pay and the retirement pension. I mean, it looks like you're miserable. I hate to say it, but I mean, I know, man. This one here had 4 back surgeries, and and she had those shots hundreds of times. I took her in for bent her over the chair, and they just started jabbing her. And my wife had a threshold for pain that was the most minute you ever saw. In fact, one of the back surgeries, I had to stop the doctor. It was after the deal was out, stitches had come out, and there was a stitch. Now this is like 3 weeks after the surgery, a month after the surgery. There's a stitch or a piece of like whatever cord or whatever thread they used, hanging out of her back, and he was going to grab it and just yank it out. I said, "You got to be shitting me!" And you know what? That son of a bitch, I had to almost break his arm to get him to. It's going to hurt just as much if I give her a shot. I said, "I don't give a shit. Give her the freaking shot." And another time I went in, and they, for some reason, her veins were move around, and the doctor, the nurses were trying to give it to her, man. They just couldn't do it. And I said, "You need to leave her alone." Well, we're going to take her in. I said, "I'm going in too." And I went actually into the OR and talked to the doctor who I knew. I said, "You do it, man." I said, or either that or give her a bunch of medication so that she's not in total pain. He said, "Okay." This was a different doctor. She had one doctor, in case anybody's having any back surgeries, okay, which they didn't tell us. We probably should have sued the living shit out of them. But he said, we're going to fuse your back and we're going to put screws in. That's all he told us. I said, okay, right? Well, he goes in, he uses donor bone, which he told us never mentioned that. Put the screws in. And another thing, if you're a smoker, you have a 75% less chance of your bones fusing. I don't know if you knew that. I didn't. Hey, Andrew. Never told us that. So she never stopped smoking or anything. So when we found this second doctor, who actually gave her, that second surgery gave her the most relief, about 2 years only before it moved down. It was degenerative disc disease or whatever. And he was a great guy. And I was working at that hospital. I was the head of engineering there. So I had ins with all the doctors and everybody. So, in fact, when she got out of surgery, he let me come in the back into the recovery and sit with her till she woke up and then talk to her. Because they were worried about her being on so many meds that they wouldn't be able to manage the pain. But he said, "This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to rip out everything that was done. I'm going to take the screws out. I'm going to use your bone from your hip. And if you promise me you'll stop smoking, I'm not going to put any screws back in your back." And he didn't, and it fused. And so it was the first time for 2 years she had a little bit of relief. The biggest thing, like I had, "Hey, Johnny, how you doing? Hey, Jack." The biggest thing that she had was that TINS, I know Logan probably knows about TINS machines that you put on it, whatever. This was like a TINS machine. They brought her in. This was later on. This was only done maybe a year before she found out that she had cancer, and then died like 8 months after that. But we went there. My wife always, ever since, for a long time, she walked kind of hunched over because her back hurt so bad. So we went in there. Now what they would do is, it was for a week. They said, come in. We're going to put this deal in. They go up your spine with these wires, and then they put the thing on the outside of her for a week. Okay, and taped it and whatever they did. And then they said, if it works, we will take it out. We'll put it in. The battery had like a 10-year or 20-year lifespan. They actually put it inside her later. But she went in, and we got home after she had the outpatient surgery deal. And I had 2 steps that went up into my kitchen and a big sunken living room and stuff like that. And she walked up those stairs and walked into the kitchen, and I said, stop. And she stops and turns around. What? I said, look at yourself. She was standing perfectly straight up and down. She said, oh yeah, I don't have any pain. So talked to the doctor a week later. They took the thing out, said, okay, when can I come back? And my wife could be persuasive. And they said, okay, we're going to schedule, we got an opening 2 months from now. So she said, you took away my pain for a week, and now you're going to make me wait 2 months. That ain't happening. So anyway, they got her in like a week later, put it in. She had it all the way up until she passed. In fact, they charged me extra because when they went to cremate her, they had to take it out of her body, and they charged me like, I don't know, $50 or whatever. But anyway, so if you guys are, I think it was in St. Joseph had something to do with it in Burbank, St. Joseph's Hospital or something like that. If you put that in, maybe experimental tinge type, whatever, it might come up in case you're interested. Didn't work on everybody, I guess, but it worked on her. So anyway, I'm rambling on a test live stream. But Andrew, you're back at home, I'm imagining. When did you go back? Did you go back last Friday? Or did you stay through the weekend? I got here Monday at about 2:30. And it seemed nice here. It was raining. I'll tell you what, it rained like hell. It rained kind of all the way, just kind of pissing down little nothings. And then when I got on the tollway, and it's about 60 kilometers from the hotel, and you can haul ass on that. It's like 120 kilometers an hour or whatever. And I got on there and could get up to 120 and only for about 10 minutes, and then it just let loose. And everybody slowed down. It was raining that hard, and which is weird to see. Usually people don't do shit. So they slowed down only to like 80 or 90 or something, and went across there. A couple of places were flooded. But when I got off the freeway coming to the hotel, there was a couple of roads that it was up to the middle of my tire. And I think that's why Mark doesn't want. I think he's got a little car, but she has the 4-wheel drive, the bigger truck. So yes, last Friday had a great cool. Did you ever see Cabo or no? He just got a hold of me and verified tonight at 6. Stream. Yeah, I know. Not with the iPad though. And I still, like I said, I think I can do live streaming through this thing too. I don't know. I'm just such a moron when it comes to any kind of high tech crap. But yeah, so go out. I'm gonna go have lunch this afternoon with Tom and anybody else that is around. I don't know who's around. And then tonight with Cabo and whoever else wants to come around. And that's Wednesday. Thursday, I'm just going to relax. And the kids should be here. They're going to leave when they get out of school. Last time it was cheaper to actually, instead of getting a van, having the van drive them to from Bangkok to Pattaya, and then taking a bolt from the place to here. My wife got the guy for like, I don't know, it's like 1,200 baht. And the guy took them all the way from Bangkok all the way to the hotel we were at. So that's what they're going to do again. The room was with short notice through Agoda. I didn't even try to go downstairs and get a room. It was 1,900 baht. They had the 1,700 baht I could have got with this. Both come with breakfast. A city view. This one I got the room right next to me, and the kids will be excited for the one night that they'll be in the room. They already said, "Oh, expensive, expensive." They're always watching out for money. Yeah, so they should be here. I think they get out of school like 3 or 4, so I'm imagining they'll probably leave maybe 5 and 6, 7. They'll be here like 7, 8 o'clock at night, and then I guess they'll probably be hungry. Thai women are always hungry. When I go out, they just eat and eat. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm a big guy, and these 2 kids can eat me under the tail. It's like with Fa, the one daughter that does the traditional Thai dance. She's got to be less than 90 pounds soaking wet, and in great shape, because that's all she does is dance, and she can just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. Which is cool, because they're not used. They didn't have that before I came along. They didn't have the money to do it. Noah and Lewis saw Jim, Mio, and Tom. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much the gist of it. I'm just relaxing. Got the air conditioning set to shiver, and went out in the morning. Tommy had got a hold of me this morning and asked if I was on the balcony, which I was. I woke up late today. I didn't get up until 5 o'clock. The morning before, I got up at 4. It seems like that's the normal time, between 4 and 5 now. I don't know why, but at home I go out to the man cave, and it's cool. I get a little alone time and quiet time, and the only one that goes out there with me is Bear. And Bear's going crazy because I'm not there. He don't know what the frick's happening. She didn't let him sleep in the house the first night. Last night she let him sleep, so she had Money Cat, Bar Girl Cat, and Bear all sleeping in the bed with her. I talked to her this morning. I wish she could have came. It would have been a fun trip. And I don't know. It was 60 for 4 nights and I booked it like a month ago. It was like 65, 67, under 7,000 baht. And the food is normal. It doesn't have bacon. They say they're 5-star. I have to disagree with them. But it's good. They got eggs. You can get an omelet. You can get different kinds of soup, and they have like not just white and wheat bread. They have rye bread is what I had this morning, and they got all the Thai food. It was good. It was decent. Don't need aircon here unless it's on heat. Yeah, that's the weirdest thing ever. The first time we were in the Isuzu truck, my wife's truck, we're driving, and it was, I don't know, whatever it was, the window started fogging on the inside. So the inside temperature was different than whatever it was this one particular night, maybe extra humid. I don't know what it was, but I went to turn it on what I thought was heat, and they don't have no heater. My Ford was the first one that I've been in that has a heater. I don't even think the electric hot rod doesn't have a heater either. That Nissan, I don't think it has a heater either. But my Ford, it has a heater, and it works good. But the trailer has a heater in it that I haven't used yet. It's a Chinese heater. I don't even know how to use it. I can't even find the literature on it. But I got to put diesel in it and see if it fires up. I'm sure it will. Hey, JR, how you doing? If you guys aren't, can I do this on here? Oh, yeah, I can. Wow. That's JR, Focus on Asia. If you guys aren't subscribed, do yourself a favor. You're in Malaysia. Cool. Yeah, you know what? I don't know, man. I'm talking to her about Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos. I want to go check these out, but it's hard, like she just told me she's got Monday and Tuesday off. She told me like a week ago or something. So it's hard to try to plan something, and then we're trying to include the kids because they're if we wouldn't plan getting them, for 2 or 3 days, we wouldn't see them for like 6 months during this, when they're in school. Certain time of year we have them for 3-4 months, and then other times if we don't, shuttle them back and forth. She has a car. We bought her a Suzuki, and a cool little car. Although my wife says it needs a little work. It's been beat up a little bit. She's only, when she got it, 18, 19. So she's had it for a couple of years now. She's 21. And now the youngest is 18, so it's a trip. I went downstairs this morning when I got on the way back from breakfast and asked them if they could, since I got the ocean view room, could they put them close to me, just in case, I don't. They're old enough to do it, but I feel better if they're close in case something happens or some lunatic is running around or some shit. So they're in the room next to me. I'm in, what am I in? 18. Anyway, they're in the room next to me. But I'd like to do some traveling. That's where the JR's got me in, Joe and Gift and Chuck and Paige and all the people, that are out there traveling and stuff. Their significant others don't work, So it's okay, I'm old. How much more could I possibly live? Longer could I live? We were talking about that the other way. My wife gets mad at me and stuff, but I think I'm going to live a while. I don't know. Hopefully, I'll prove myself right. I feel pretty good. I'm surprised. Watching what I'm eating. Did I eat Burger King? Oh, you bet. Right on the way in, but easy on the breakfast. Watching the salt. And even tonight and lunchtime and tonight, I'll watch the salt intake. But breathing fine. It makes me a little worried. My wife, I didn't find out. I look at my wallet and I'm going, what is this? How come my wallet's not closing good and all that? And she had put this in here, which I didn't even know, which is my hospital card, which is good. I should have it with me, but I didn't know. She always watching out for me. Let's see. A little break. Beat down, sick, and wow, for a visit. Who's there? I think, is it Jason? Who lives there? Somebody will know. Logan will remember. He's younger. His brain doesn't work yet. Wait till you get older. That is our next stop. For Singapore, then fly to Bangkok and drive. And are you guys still? Weren't you planning on coming to live here for like a year or something? I think I saw a video that you'd done that you were talking about coming to Thailand for a substantial time. I don't know if it was a year, but to where you were going to need a house and stuff. I don't know. I'd like to check out the other places. Like I said, the communist countries don't excite me too much. That's why I think Thailand, people ask me all the time, well, is it the cheapest to live there? Or can you live somebody else? You probably could live a little bit cheaper, but I mean, I did that video on, $1,000 US, which I still stand behind. People are still giving me shit about it. But it's not the most ideal deal. But if you're talking about, here I am and I'm in the United States, okay, I got $1,000 US. Do I live with my, elderly parents or my aunt and uncle or my own kids and say, sorry, I can't give you even $500 for the bedroom, and can you feed me occasionally, throw me a bone? No, that isn't me. I would definitely be over here, probably a Nissan, looking for the cheap. Like I said, we're renting that 2-bedroom deal. It's not bad. There's an air conditioner upstairs for $85, So people that say, oh, no, it's not possible. And they were saying, 150 baht for 3 meals a day. That's probably cutting it close, but I also put in that an extra 150 for extra food and stuff like that, plus the 4,000 a month to go out and have a real, either a date night or a dinner or something like that. So it can be done. You just have to be. I never was a very good budgeter, but they're out there. It's not me. Hey Maui, how you doing, brother? Hope you're well. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can remember. October. Is that when you'll be back? October? God, I'm probably off. I'm horrible. But I'm looking forward to it because Maui will actually probably get me off my rear end and take a ride somewhere. And I think the one that I'm probably going to go on, my wife isn't going to like it at all, is the to Chiang Mai, right? I think you're going Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, up that area. She ain't going to dig it, but I don't know, man, I told her from the beginning, why did you think I bought this thing? To let it sit and not do anything, not write it? And I still got to get the 750 done. Back in September, what will be, in Surin in October. Okay, I knew I remembered October. And remind me never to get in a gunfight with you or your wife. I think you would kill me instantly. If you guys don't follow Maui on Facebook, they both go in and shoot. You guys shoot once a week or something, right? Jared said, I think we will try out Thailand for a year in 2026. Then the 60-day stamp next year. We will do a couple of 90-day trips. Cool. Yeah, it should. I think they're going to make it a lot easier, JR. I think they finally, in their minds, I mean, do they really want to push away people like me that bring in, 120,000 baht a month? Because they don't want this or that or the next. I think they finally are going, you know what? We need to make this a little bit easier for people to come in. The things that ruin it are assholes that, want to swing on Thai people and hit them and kick them and get drunk. And, those people need to just not come to Thailand. It's okay. I'll remind you. Cool. That's probably what I'll need. Hopefully I don't go senile. That's my biggest fear, man. Yeah, once a week. Yeah, that's what it seems like. I haven't really looked at the dates or anything, but it seems like every week your little targets pop up. But yeah, I don't know. I gotta do something. You're moving in the right direction. Yeah, I think so too. They are, because they didn't for a while. And I know, like, right before the virus, they were talking about, because people were like, oh my God, I really don't want to go on the computer for 35 seconds and do my 90-day check-in, because they make it real easy now. But before, I know that I had heard through the grapevine, nothing from, the government or posted in any magazine or paper or anything, that they were thinking about getting rid of that. Because they know, like right now, they know where I'm at. I checked into this hotel. The first thing, they took my passport and copied it. Goes right to the government. That's their responsibility. It's actually my responsibility. If they don't do it, and they catch me on it, I would say, oh, they were supposed to do it. Yeah, they were, but you're responsible to make sure that it gets done. But they know where you are. As soon as you come into Thailand, they know every place that you go. Even if I go home, they know I'm going home. They have my address. They have everything. So I think if it was a big deal, I think they would probably do something about that. I don't think it's that much of a deal anymore. I did it as long as you go in one time. You can do it online, and once you have all the information in front of you, basically it's your name, your passport, your address, and that's it. It takes 5 minutes to fill out, and make sure you read it over, because I sent it once to them and I had my name spelled wrong, Joseph, for some reason. I don't. But they did it anyway, and they gave me the piece of paper that they sent me. Said that on there too. But once you do that, the whole process, sitting down in front of them, bringing it up and sending it off, 10 minutes tops. That's why I hear people complaining about doing their 1-year visas. It's like, you're retired. What difference does it make if it takes you 2 hours or 4 hours or 8 hours or 2 days to do it that costs you 1,900 baht, except for your multiple entry, which is 3,800, which seems a little high to me. But, I don't understand why people get frustrated. I mean, I get frustrated, don't get me wrong. I have really learned how to survive, and especially around police officers, government, immigration, all this kind of stuff. Anything like that, I try to. I do not lose my mind. Sometimes I'll lose my mind because I'm watching somebody build something that they're doing for me, and I've told them 10 times how to do it, and they still can't freaking do it. And sometimes I lose my mind. But you have to understand that when you're here, and especially if you're building something, it's not going to be. And you were in the construction trades, or you knew somebody, and you watched stuff be built. You could get aggravated. You could ask Kenny. Kenny knows. Let's see. I think they're definitely moving in that. I need that 60-day stamp for my last return in September after Vietnam. Of course, yeah. I see now. Robert Mack is married to a lady, a Vietnamese lady, and they have a house there. They have everything. Robert goes there all the time. He even had a 5-year visa, and during all the crap and all that stuff, they wouldn't let him in. I think we'll have to ask him that. But they went. They were supposed to give. They were supposed to be giving out like 5-year visas like candy, and then when that did, that everything stopped. And from what I heard, they didn't let. Were you there then, Jr.? They didn't let. They weren't letting anybody in, up to my knowledge. But Robert knows a lot more about it. But yeah, I'd still like to go there and see it. Robert Mack was gracious enough because I said, when I go to some of these places and it's just me and my wife, and we're not with somebody that knows about it, has already been there, whatever the case may be, and I only have 3 days, I could be stumbling around for 2.5 days before I figure out where the hell I want to go. So Robert was gracious enough to say he would meet up with me, and we'd schedule out 2 or 3, 4 days, and he would tell us where would be the right place to go, or someone like Andy or whoever's been there, that is during these times anyway. Hey, there's Mark. I was talking about you earlier because I said I'm going out tonight. Tomorrow I don't think I'm doing anything. I'm lazy. And then I was going to come on my way out on Friday, but now the kids are coming here to go home with me in the truck, so they're coming Thursday. So I don't know if I'll make it by or not, but I'll definitely, when you retire, I'll make sure that I make enough time. It seems like when I come here for the Monday through Friday, it's still not enough time because I'm lazy. I enjoy sitting on the balcony and drinking coffee. I brought my coffee grinder. I brought beans. I brought my little drip deal to pour the water in. And I'll tell you what, man, I used to be a coffee snob, and I'm not so much that I am right now. I drink the instant coffee, but this is so much better. And I don't know if the people next to me appreciate the grinder I got is real slow. It's only about yay big and yay big around us, and you put the top on and push the button, and it's almost like a pepper grinder, and you can adjust how fine or how thick you want it. And once you press it, you put how many beans you want, and it only fits like maybe 3, 4 big scoops in there. But that's more than enough to do my big coffee. I only put 3. It senses the tension on it or whatever, and when it frees up, when the beans are gone, it shuts off, turns on for 1 second, goes, and that's it. It shuts off itself and ever, but it's on for like, I don't know, 5 minutes. So I'm sure the people on either side of me are not. Well, I don't know. I don't think there's anybody. The kids, they're going to hear me in the morning. That's cool. We are a 1-car house. I thought you had a little car and you had the big one, but I thought maybe you didn't, because when I came in here, some of the streets were flooded on Monday. I hit on and off spotty sprinkles all the way from Surin. But boy, when I got on that Pay toll road, that was about 50, 60 kilometers from the hotel, only like 5 minutes and the sky just opened up to where it was slowing down traffic, which I've hardly ever seen in Thailand. Most of the time I see people speeding up, but it was starting to build up some water on there. I think people were maybe afraid of hydroplaning or something. It slowed down to like 80 from 120. But anyway, all the way, it slowed it way down in a couple of places. But when I got off the freeway, some of the roads, they come into the middle of my tire on the way to the hotel. So 2 years ago, going to Vietnam, my wife was definitely because I screwed up her e-visa and showed her sister. So lucky she had her Philippines passport. Cool. Yeah, only what I heard through the YouTube and that was that they were they pretty much put a stop to anybody coming in. Mark, pack a few sandwiches. Trade. Oh, okay. You traded it in when you got the tow. Okay, all right, makes sense. It poured one night when I was there last week. That was it. Yeah, it seems. I mean, I go to sleep at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then I'm up at like usually 4. But I didn't. I looked outside. It seems like it's nice. It's not bad now. Nice view. Water, blue water's out there. I don't know. You guys can I do this? I think I can. Let's see. Can you guys sort of see that? Down on the bottom where the waves are breaking, it's pretty mucky, but muddy looking out further. Hey Ted, how you doing? If you guys aren't subscribed on my laptop, on my iPad, so I don't know how to work shit. But if you would subscribe, would be appreciated. I'm in Pattaya at Darvi. I can never say it right. At this place, and it says it's a 5-star hotel, but they don't have bacon, and that's the way I consider a hotel 5-star. As if they have bacon, they're a 5-star. Very nice hotel. Rooms are a little bit dated, but doesn't bother me at all. Really big. The reason I picked it is because it's got a sushi restaurant. It's got a barbecue. It's got a bunch of places that I haven't even used yet. But I didn't feel. I knew when I came here I was only going to take Bolt. In fact, when I go out for lunch or when I go out to dinner tonight, I'm taking a Bolt. It's not worth it to get the truck and drive around here. It sucks. So I just use Bolt. Bolt seems to, like, I checked to go from here to where I'm going to have lunch. It's like 90 baht. You know, it's just not worth. It's not worth taking my car out of the parking lot, my truck. Plus, you know, I don't know where I'm parking it. You know, it could get beat up. It's already got a dent in it that I got to get taken care of because I don't like that. But I haven't caught any of Ted's recent live streams. I will catch them. He's got a good channel. If you guys are into like hunting, fishing, that kind of stuff, and family stuff, he's a good family man. Yeah, you know, I noticed that there was a gal here that had the full. What are they? Muslim. But you know what? Is it me or hey, Luca, how are you? Italian. I'm just going to lose subscribers. It doesn't matter though. Our Chinese people have a tendency, mostly. I mean, is that racist? It's probably racist. They're rude. I mean, I was sitting at a table and went to get some food, come back to the table this morning, and the whole family of them sitting in the other 3 chairs. You know, I'm over to the side, and I didn't say nothing. You know, my wife says I need to sabai, but on the airplanes I found, you know, like I said, I've ended up having to put my arm out. So you're going to wait till I get up. You know, you're not going to run through me to go to the front of the plane. And not that they could understand a freaking thing I say, but they could see it on my face that they needed to stop. But yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand. I mean, maybe that's the way of their culture. I don't know. Somebody could probably tell me. Let's see, my subscriber count now went way down. Yeah, but the breakfast was good. Like I said, no bacon, so it's not a 5-star deal. Although it says it on the show's 5-star. You know, it's a nice hotel. The only other thing I don't like about it, I'm a big dude and not in the greatest of health or shape, and to get in and out of a tub is a pain in the ass. To take a shower standing up, they don't give you enough grab bars and shit. I don't feel real secure, you know, getting in and out of the tub, because especially when I'm by myself, if I fall and hurt myself and can't get up, and I got my wife with me, she can call the ambulance, you know. If I'm here by myself, well, I got to pull myself across the floor, try to get a phone. I don't know. I'm rambling again. But yeah, I don't know. It just didn't say a word, probably because they couldn't speak English. Like, do you mind? Is it okay? Or you got nothing. Just F you. Her husband was nervous, and the 2 ladies, they could give a shit less. The husband was a little nervous. I caught him trying to, you know, kind of looking away, and you know, he didn't want to look at me straight on. I found them lighthearted as well. Sorry, but not sorry. Yeah, I know. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot here too, in Malaysia too. You tell the difference between and just when they're walking, I can even tell the difference when I don't need my wife to tell them, oh, those people are Chinese. I go, yeah, I know. I can tell. Even walking through the marketplaces when we were here in Pattaya last time, they'll run right over you. Don't matter if it's me, if you're 6'10", 500 pounds, they'll just walk right through the middle of you. You got to get out of their way and never, I don't like people bumping into me, and I don't mind if I get bumped into it. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. Apologetic, not just, I don't care, f you, and I don't dig that. But that's just me. But here in Thailand, I've learned to swallow half my crap and half the stuff that I probably would have made a big deal about. I just don't make a big deal about it. Chinese weren't always like that. Cultural revolution really did a number on their culture. Yeah, I noticed it first on the planes because I took that before before COVID. I took Air China, China Air, the one from Chinese. We went to Beijing and then out of Beijing. And the first time that I got off in Beijing, my knee was blown out and I couldn't walk. So they had a wheelchair. When they took me, they set me over to the side for 4 hours, not near water, not near anything, bathroom, nothing, and said, we'll be back when we move you over to where the airplane is. Okay. So luckily my arms were all right, so I could get to the bathroom and try to find some water. But they just looked at me weird, like, I don't know. It was a weird feeling. I had a feeling you were just hey, brother, how you doing? Yeah, I don't know. It says test, right? And how long we've been going? 45 minutes. I'm just relaxing anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me too much. It's really nice here. I want to get back. When I get back, I know I'm going to try to get with Andrew, and I still haven't went down and hit a bucket of balls or anything, and tried to get the guy to give me some lessons, get me somehow loosened up because it hurts to golf. And because I told Andrew when I get back from Sisaket, I want to go golf, actually golf, and I'll probably end up taking that the teacher, the instructor, with us too, and he can give us some hints and stuff. I asked him if he would do that, and he said yes. So we'll see. But I'd like to do that. That would be good exercise for me. Even if I've got a cart, just to walk from the cart to the ball and back to the cart and do 9 or 18 holes would be good, and then eventually start walking a little bit and have a cart every time, because I wouldn't want somebody to go back and say, okay, I've walked enough, I need a cart now. But take the cart every time, but maybe walk a little bit is what I'm saying. Get some freaking exercise before I croak. But yeah, so I don't know. So it's a little weird doing I don't hear anything through here. I should try to plug it in. These plug into here too. It might make a difference. I might grab the cable beforehand. This is a test. So. And team meetings today. Project must end in 18 weeks. So there's the start of the retirement date. Cool. Good. I'll be glad to see it. Like I said, man, I don't want to jinx anything. As soon as you can, brother. Yeah, just like I miss my buddies. His younger sister had passed away, and his mother, I really liked because she liked me, and I used to tease him all the time that she loved me more than him. But she was a good one, man. And I really would have liked him. My doctor said probably not a good idea to get up in the air. I don't like the way the thinners are and the blood clots and also, I said, all right. So, but his younger sister, Barbara, I'm trying to think on how old Barbara had to be 55, maybe a little earlier. She passed away from the C word. So I would have liked to have gone there. I'm going to call my buddy Louie and Kenny and see how it's going. Hey, Paul, how you doing? If you guys aren't subscribed, Paul, subscribe, please. Do yourself a favor. But Yeah, I don't know, man. We're not we're not guaranteed shit. I every morning when I wake up, I'm going, yeah, this is all right. You don't know, man, and you don't have to be. Oh, I was so sickly and everything. It could just be boom. That's it. And like I said, the worst part about it now is people that are before people were older than me, passing away, going, oh yeah, well, still 10 years, difference. Now they're younger than me, and that gets me a little. But my wife, I'm not supposed to talk about that. My wife, and I think Logan, they must have went to bed. Logan hasn't got on me about the death talk. We're not even an hour in. Get to retirement. Yeah, exactly. Have too many military friends, coworkers that are gone. Some younger than me, not worth. Yeah, no. That's why I tell people, man, if you can retire even 1 week earlier than you had anticipated, and I'm by no means telling people to retire and not be set up to retire. Okay, I can just see him going. I listened to this fat old biker looking dude, and he said, "Just go ahead and retire. You don't give a shit. Do it." No, no. But as soon as you can retire and you feel comfortable, I know people that are. One would be no. Logan's going to get a retirement deal, but I know people that are. They could retire at 55. Okay, but they're not going to get anything until they take their Social Security until 62, and if they had pensions, they're not going to get that till they're 65, more than likely. But a lot of people have no. I've budgeted. I have this much money that I've got budgeted to get me from 55 to 65, and I've got this much money as my safety net and nest egg. And if you could do that, and you know how much this is how much I'm going to do, I'm going to spend 50, 60,000 baht a month, and blah blah blah, and this is what it is, and you can stick to a budget because I'm horrible. I didn't even know what a budget was until I got here, and still I don't really have to, but mine's right about between 3 and 35 each month I bring in, and I've got plenty of money. Get to retirement. I've already got that. Yeah, by all means. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in it. All right. Like I said, we're not. I could not wake up tomorrow. Wouldn't probably surprise a lot of people. Uh, at least you would know what happened to me. Like I did. I'm gonna do a video, man. I've decided I'm going to do a video. I'm going to put it as a private deal, and I'm going to show my wife how to make it public and say the day that I die, hit this little button here, and it's going to go out saying, if you're watching this, I'm gone, and we'll have a little fun with it. Why not? I mean, I've lived a pretty good life. Like I said, 67 probably doesn't sound very old to many people, but when you only thought you were going to live to be maybe 35 and praying that you might make it to 40. 67's like, woohoo! Boy, did I cut a fat hog? So it. Do I want to? Yes. As long as I don't want to be in a diaper and have my wife, because my wife will take care of me until the day I die. There's no doubt in my mind till the day I die. Dave, go to the movie theater while you're there. You know what? I bought Bike Riders. I bought the new Monkey movie, the ape movie. I bought Civil War. I bought the new Mad Max movie. I bought all of them. I've watched it twice now. I couldn't. I thought maybe I could come here and watch it, and I was sitting at home and it was like $19. And I go, if I would have went to the movies with my wife, it would have cost me more than that. For the popcorn, and we get that lounge chair in the back, and all that, which it's nice, but it would have cost me that anyway. So I bought that, and I bought that Mad Max one, and I bought the ape one, and I bought the Bike Riders as soon as they came out, and I have watched. Good movie, by the way. I liked it. Did you like it? I'm kind of curious about maybe somebody that didn't grow up around motorcycles, what they thought about it. My goal was always 55 and then 20. Yeah. You know what? At 53, that's about what I was. In my 52, I think, 51. Can't remember. Right around 50. Of course, I'm different. I have a military pension. Yeah, yeah. And me a smaller budget. Yeah. What happened to me was I was in the Operating Engineers Union. I'd been in air conditioning for 30 years before that. Um, I went 7 years in the union, and I couldn't work anymore. My knees were shot, my back was shot, and so I basically was out on I was disabled. So I got my my Social Security disability, and then I had like an Aflac plan, which helped out immensely. But what they screwed me, I would have probably hung out. My cousin was dying; he had Lou Gehrig's disease. I wanted to kind of help him, which I did for 2 years. But they, my union, okay, and I don't know, I'm not a political guy, but Obama said your retirement pensions doesn't have enough money in it, so you need to do something about it, okay? And so the operating engineers, this was shit, I don't know, what was it, 20 years ago or whatever? Um, I can't even remember. I may be way up, 10 years, 15 years ago, whatever. They said we got to change it from 55 to 65 on retirement, which totally screwed me up on what I wanted to do. But they and they had the audacity, the union, to say, but you can bet your bottom dollar that once we get this beefed up, we're gonna bring that retirement age back to 55. I never laughed so hard in my entire life, but luckily I got to retire. I wanted, like I said, I wanted to help my cousin. I couldn't go up and down ladders anymore anyway. It was just they were paying me $150,000 a year as the building engineer, and they weren't getting their money's worth. So I found somebody for him, put him in the union. Good kid. He thinks I'm a god because he was like working for a guy for $15 an hour. They started him just under 100,000 a year. He's got a family, a house, everything now. I'm a god, and he's a good guy. I was happy to do it, and he did it himself. I mean, he busted his ass. He's been there, I don't know, 15, 20 years. Whenever I left there, 50, 60, 17 years. So so that's what they did to me. I said, no, it's 65 now. Oh, great. Let's see. Yeah, because if my wife doesn't do something like that, you guys will go like weeks. I'm sure it'll trickle out. My wife will go on Facebook and say Dave's dead or something. But I figured it'd be good do a talking head video for a couple hours and entertain people. Let's see. I did enjoy it. Yeah. It was good. It was about, from what I seen, the Outlaws, and it was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it too. Saw Mad Max, but I missed the biker movie. Didn't show. Yeah, I know. They didn't even show it in that I know of in Surin. And usually the bigger movies, they have like one night of English. The rest of it's all Thai, so, which is okay. You like that? Yeah, they did a great job, I thought. Yeah, you can stream it. I have it on the. I bought them all, but they're in my Prime Video thing. I forget what else I have. I got a bunch of stuff. Because if I can, let's see, they bring it down. They usually start them out at like $29. I think for the biker one, I paid $20. I paid $20 for the Civil War, which I haven't watched yet, and I paid $29 for the Mad Max one. But like it's either that or it's like $14.99 or $15 or whatever, to rent it. If I'm going to do that for $10, I'm going to buy it. It would cost me that to go to the movie theater anyway. So, and we've got 65-inch television, so it's not like I'm watching it on my pad. Netflix doesn't have it. Doesn't have what? Which one, Ron? They're not going to have the biker one. Reacher is freaking awesome. I can't wait for the new one of that. I like that guy. He's my hero. Mm. Not bad. I liked it a lot. And I don't know how many seasons are there. Two, and what am I waiting for? The third season? They're definitely going to do another season. But but yeah, good. A lot of good movies on Netflix. I've got them all. I got a weed about. I bet you I spend $300 a month on Netflix and Prime Video and Hulu and Max and uh, Apple TV and I got so many. I I don't even watch some of them. Peacock. Too many. Too many. Yeah, Mad Max. I would have liked to have seen it. I thought that was good. I just watched that last night. I watched it last night. I thought it was pretty good. I was entertained. Put it that way. And like I said, for $30, that's like 1,000 baht. If it's just me and the wife go, and it costs me 1,000 baht. If the kids go, it costs me almost 2,000 baht. So we went to the movies in Bangkok. Had been a while. 400 baht for two people. Very reasonable. Movies. We saw what new Silent Part 2 movie. I haven't seen that. Um, yeah, yeah. I pay like 11 something, but I've got the one where you can have like seven people or something because I had my mom who's not on there anymore, obviously. My wife who's not on there, but I got the kids on there. Nitnoy's on there. I'm on there. Um, One of their friends in Bangkok is on the Netflix deal. Uh, they have all my stuff, but I don't. Like I said, it's fun going to the theater. I enjoy it because, like I said, we get that back couch deal that reclines, and But you always spend more on popcorn and drinks than you do for the actual movie, and I shouldn't be eating popcorn laced with salt, but I'm still thinking about that sushi place in Surin, man. That thing was the one that, as it so happened, was my last meal before I went in for a night. But that was because I was just like drinking soy sauce. I mean, it was so good. Big hunks of salmon, fresh salmon. The tuna was still. I was really surprised. The tuna had been previously frozen. Salmon not. It must be harder for them to get it, or maybe they're still suffering from COVID. But the rolls and everything that they made were just outstanding. And I think you could go 2 hours or something like that. And now they've got it for 500 baht. Basically the same thing I had, and it's got steak on it and everything you could possibly want. Like if you saw the video, it's got like 10 pages of stuff. Um, Unbelievable. I'm still got that on the brain. Maybe I'll look and see if there's one here. Anyway, well, what has it been? It's just turning an hour. Um, Actually, there's 10 people in here. That's amazing for a test video. But yeah, because it's still early in the morning, right? What time is it? That's 10:10. I got to be there at 12, I think, 12 for lunch, and then I'm going to be Cabo at 6 tonight at Taco House. So I'm going to have to watch myself because I'm going to a burger joint. So I'm going to have to try to be good. I just love food, man. And if I loved exercise, I could eat more food. Of course, I got to watch the salt regardless. I take roller to the theater. Discount student card, 350. Really? That is good. But then if you get popcorn and stuff, isn't that like 1,000 baht? Or maybe I guess you don't have to do that. I have to have popcorn. I can watch a movie at home without it. But if I'm in the theater, I got to have popcorn and a big giant, soda. But I think so. I think that's where I'm going. I think that's it. Let me see. I will look on my phone. I'm almost positive. Let's see. No, Just Burgers. Just Burgers. Anybody hear of that place? But I heard that place is good too. Another 350 for popcorn. So that's not bad. You guys split it, I guess. Me, the kids never go. So when we do go, I'd say just get what you want. You want a giant bucket of popcorn and a big giant soda each. Get what you want. They're not used to it. They are now. They're a little more used to it now. But in the beginning, it was like pulling teeth. Oh no, too expensive, expensive. I'm going, I don't care. I don't care. Get what you want. And a couple of times as we were moving into, I think it's coming up on 5 years that I've been around them. I've been married. But in the beginning, they've asked their mother, is it okay? Can we do what Dave says? If he says we can order whatever we want, we can order? And my wife said, yes, if he says you order whatever you want. So it took them a while to get used to it. They're not frivolous, they've been fighting on the ground for a baht and 10 baht to buy shoes and hand-me-down stuff through schools. And my wife, of course, always made sure they had food, and they went to private school, and they've always eaten. My wife hasn't always eaten. She blames me being 4 or 5 kilo overweight now. That's my fault because she can eat anything she wants. But it makes me happy, to look at them and see smiles on their face, like, we can just sit here and eat. We can order another. Yeah, I don't want what you want. We didn't come out. We don't. It's not like we go out every night. But when we go out, we go to, the rotating deal in Robinson. I forget the name of that place where it has the railroad tracks on the top of the seats. 400 baht a person or whatever. Or we go to a barbecue or whatever. We usually, when they're around, we go out once a week for popcorn and a soda dealer. Tried a new burger place in Bangkok called Beef Smash Sliders. Was so good. And they had cheesesteak. Cool. Pretty dang good. Shakes. Yeah. That's what, yeah. So I don't know. I've heard only good things about that place. But we'll see. And it's not far from here. It's like 5 minutes in a boat up the road. So it should be, I can do with a burger. Come on over. How long will it take you to get to Pattaya? I want to meet Paul too. I haven't had a chance to do that either. Can't beat the Thailand prices. No, that's for sure. And like I said, people can, argue with me all they want. They want to sit down and go over line item by line item. If you only got $1,000, $1,100, you can live here. Like I said, you're not gonna be chasing 21-year-old women around town or drinking a case of beer a night, or you have to have a budget, but you can eat 3 squares, have good money for snacks, make a trip once a month on a train or something, go out 2 nights a week and spend 500 baht more, but you don't have to do that. Like if you got I can't really afford that because I run, my electric bill, I have 2 air conditioners and it's running me, instead of $100 a month, it's running me 150 or whatever. You just get fudged with the budget, but the freakish thing about it is possible. And there are people out there who just flat out tell you, no, it's not. And that's not true. If they ask me, is this the way you would want to live? No. If I had to pick, no. If I had to pick between the United States and Thailand every time. Because like I said, I don't want to, on $1,000 in the U.S., you're living with somebody. I don't care if it's an aunt and uncle on their last leg, mom and dad, your kids, and like I said, I just wouldn't feel right, well, can I stay in? They're busting their ass to make it in the United States, let alone they got family to raise, and it's just possible. Like I said, are you going to live on the beach here? No. Are you going to live in Isan in a pretty decent little 1-bedroom with air conditioning? Yeah. Detached. I know Mitch was on here the other day. I think he said 4,500 or 5,000 baht. Fully furnished, ready to move in. All you got to do, I brought my two suitcases and a backpack. That's all I brought in 2019, or actually it was 2018. Yeah, I haven't bought. My wife buys all these shirts and stuff. She found the hog body size stuff. She knows how to get it and what size fits me and stuff. So it makes it nice. I have them now. When I did go back, I should have probably bought a couple of things that I like, but I didn't. Maybe next time. Thailand is one of the safest. Yeah, I think so too. The only thing I see is the freaking foreigners can be assholes, And like I said, God, I hope they don't, because I might have biting my tongue if I saw some foreigner, trying to take swing on a Thai person or something like that. I don't think I'd be able to contain myself against another foreigner. I would try like hell. Fighting, I don't think is the way. I'm old, but um, I don't know. When with a Thai person, there's a chance that I could get, gone. All my whole life's here. My Thai family, my wife, everything. Against another foreigner, I'd probably have to pay money, and they'd probably fine me. And they probably, if they were giving Thai people shit, and I lit him up, they probably would applaud it. Maybe they'd give me money. I don't know. We'll see. In a normal month in the Philippines with no rent, we average $1,500 a month, but we eat out a lot. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what's the rent like there, because I know like people ask me about Costa Rica because I was there. Costa Rica, I think the rent was about the closest deal. I had a 2-bedroom condo, walking distance to the beach, for $550 US dollars. But the food was real expensive. The liquor was expensive, kind of like here. But if you ate local stuff, beans and rice and bread, you could live. You got a better assortment here in Thailand. The only thing difference with Costa Rica was you could own land in Costa Rica, if that was important to you. It doesn't matter to me. My wife owns everything. I own, what do I own? Do I own something? I don't even think I own my truck. That's hers. The car's hers. Her truck's hers. My Forza's hers. Yeah, I don't own nothing. Imagine that. Let's see. Focus on Asia. As an Australian, most burgers are crap. I cook them myself. Yeah, but there's a few places here that I've had. There's one place in Surin that's decent, and it's probably Australian beef. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is. But a decent burger, but not very many. We don't have the options like you guys have here in Pattaya, the people that live here. To me, I always say Thailand is cheaper on the whole. Philippines, but each person's lifestyle is different. Yeah, and I haven't been there yet, and I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, my cousin that had the not Alzheimer's, the Lou Gehrig's disease. I told him I could only take you so far. I can't wipe your rear. I can't feed you. I have to stop when we get that. So I got him the chair and I set him up a van. And I was there for 2 years, 4 days there and 3 days at home in Central California, back down to Southern California. And glad that I did. Don't regret it at all. But I told him when we get to that point, and I started looking, and I found this Filipino man, skinny, but boy, he could throw. My cousin was a bigger guy like me, not quite as big. But, I mean, I would have a hard time moving him around. This guy knew what he was doing. He knew how to hold him, how to grab him, how to move him, and he did a fabulous job. And he was the one that I asked. This was back 2015 when I was in Costa Rica. I asked him about the Philippines. He said, it's just like every place else. There's shitholes, and there's some of the most beautiful places that you've ever seen in your life. And he gave me a bunch of names that I can't even remember now. But I do have a friend that's going to take me there, so I'm waiting, and we'll go and I'll get to see it. But I do want to see it. I do want to see it. Commute to the States. Yeah. Oh, hey Jack, how you doing? Let's make America great again. We came about that close to not making America great again. That's for sure. I mean, I'll tell you, he may be, I don't know what he is. He's a businessman. He's crooked. He's just as crooked as the politicians, but he's a tough son of a bitch, man. I mean, fist pumping, and I like it. Like I said, I don't have to do it. I'm not voting for no one. So, but I think there's probably a bunch of pissed off people around that he turned his head. But I say kudos, man. I like that, man. Get me up, get my shoes. Stop here. Let me fist pump. I like it. I like it. Hey Jay, how you doing? Mark's back, saying hi. Uh, hey, thanks, Jack. Appreciate it. We were just talking about Jack was one of the ones that asked me, what do you think? Can it be done? Can it be done? And I really think it can. Like I said, it's all if you want to chase 20-year-old women and drink a case of beer a day, no, you're not gonna make it. You're gonna spend $2,000 a month just on that. But you can live. We broke it down, and any help that I can give you, Jack, you just let me know. There are a lot of people that say it can't be done. I know it can be done. And like I said, it's not like this is what I'm going to pick. I'm going to only have $1,000, and I want to do this. No, but if you only have that amount of money, and you've got the USA where you got to live with somebody, Thailand where you can be on your own and feel good about yourself, it can be done. So anything that I can help you with, by all means, let me know. I will do it. America, is that anywhere near Mexico? Yeah, it's where all you got to do is go down California way and down south, and just look at the place where you see all these people running across the border. That's Mexico. Never could understand that, man. Like I said, I lose subscribers all the time, which I don't care. Let them come into there, give them all U.S. citizenship, give them all social security numbers, and I got no problem with that. So you can't call me a racist. Otherwise, if they come in here, don't give them shit. If they don't give them medical treatment, don't give them nothing. After the first ones perish, they'll go, I guess we need to go back and do it the right way. But you don't even have to do that. Just come and get it. Give it to them. I got no problem with that. Know who's coming into the frickin' country. Am I worried that illegals are coming into the country? No. What I'm worried about is the one or two, I love to kill Americans and down with the USA, and it's in their Bibles and shit. That I've got a problem with. And they can walk across just as well as somebody from Mexico. But, they wonder, why is California and all these border cities broke and this and that? And California might as well be bankrupt. They could have been making money off of weed for 30 years if they were smart. And they could have closed those borders and let people in. And like I said, give it to them. Who gives a shit? I don't. As long as they got a Social Security number and they're paying into Social Security and paying their way, hey, go for it. But people don't agree with me. They don't want to let people die in the streets, which I understand. And I say that I wouldn't want to either. But how you get if you give them, hey, come on over here. We're going to give you free medical. You need any money? We'll give you Medicare. We'll give you Medi-Cal. We'll give you food stamps. We'll give you a place to live. What else can we do? With hospitalization. Don't worry about it. We'll pay for it all. And not go bankrupt? Come on. It don't make any sense to me. But anyway, so let's see. What is Mark saying? I know people on 1,500 Aussie. Yes, they live here. Personally, it's not enough, but I chase 20 other girls. I never catch them, but I still chase them. Yeah, what is 1,500 Aussie? Is that close to like 1,000, 1,100 US? I don't even know. Like I said, it's not ideal, but it is doable. Like I said, I'm renting that 2-bedroom place for $85. You don't have to be, good with numbers or a genius to figure everything else out. Okay, well, I look at 5 or 6 places. They say if you're running one air conditioner, it costs you about $100 a month. Water is negligible, $10. Phone is this, and internet's this, and it's easy to figure it out. And like I said, even if you forget about the snacks, and you to buy your snacks and to buy your 3 squares a day and drinks and all that, it's $300 baht. Well, that's $9. I know it's doable. Paul needs to do a video on that. What can I get? You probably already did one. Paul, you still here? You need to do a video on take a $5 bill or whatever, how many baht that is, and go do 3 squares. I think you've done it already. I might be wrong, but I think you have. But what do we do? What did I do? Did I say something wrong? They got no clues. Yeah, I know. Worker on the backbone. Yeah, and my kid was getting cocky with me when he was when I was younger, and and I was right above Fresno, up in the foothills up by Bass Lake, and that's where he grew up and everything. They're stealing all our jobs. I looked at him and I went, it'll be a cold day in hell when you get out there and start picking at 115 degrees for $3 an hour, $5 an hour, $10 an hour. They ain't taking shit from anybody. They're doing jobs that no one wants to do. Okay, when I was in the restaurant industry, all the Mexican people in the restaurant were 90% of them were illegal. Hard-working son of a bitches, never could say a bad thing about them. Did I tease them and yell immigration a couple of times in the back to watch them scamper? Sure, it was all in fun. They took it in stride after they got yelling at me in Spanish, but I learned Spanish quick. But a good bunch of guys and stuff. But give them social security numbers. I got no problem with that. Let's just find out who's coming. I live in Thailand, so I don't think I got a bunch of worries about people coming across the border, unless they want to spend their rest of their lives in a Thai jail. But you don't catch people sneaking into Thailand, into Vietnam, into Laos, into Cambodia. No, they wouldn't even think about it. No, if they did, you'd never know about it because they just go straight into jail for the rest of their lives or get buried somewhere out there in the jungle. But people don't do it, and like I said, I don't think anybody's against just giving them social security numbers. But like I said, I see this political crap that, hey, our guy didn't come up with that, so we're going to fight you tooth and nail on it, even though it's a good idea. You thought of it, and we didn't, so F you, and we're not gonna let anything like that pass. Does that have the people? Is that all for the Americans? I don't think so. And I think it's both sides too. I don't just think it's one, the other. They're both that way. I don't know. Me and my buddy were talking 2 weeks ago. I haven't talked to him in a while, and we were talking about it, and we both agreed they're going to kill him. They're not going to let him get into office. Somebody's going to kill him. And sure enough, I was watching that live, and I went, "Oh, that's gunfire. That's not fire. That's not firecrackers." And then they showed all the stuff. But man, now I think he's. I don't know. I think he's a shoo-in now. I think he's locked. So we'll see. John Tien, Bang Saray. Me too. What is that, to live or? Dave, if you like seafood, and seafood is just down the street on the beach road. Yeah, my wife's already. I didn't bring a freezer with me. Whenever we come to Pattaya, she makes me bring the plug-in. I got two of them, refrigerators that go either a freezer or a refrigerator, and we bring back scallops are her favorite, shrimp, of course. All the seafood. She goes, "You gonna bring some back?" I said, "Oh, I don't know where to put it." But yeah, she loves going down there tomorrow. She likes staying at that Garden View place that we have stayed. Mostly Thai people. Very, very nice place. Close to the beach. Nice pool. Reasonable rates. I'm going to say their ocean view with breakfast is like $1,400 maybe, something like that. But it's real close to this market that she likes to go to. That's what I was talking about when I was getting run over by people from China, was in that market. But yeah, them coming here. In fact, the kids will probably bust my stones about stopping someplace to get something. Two-party system will be the downfall in America, but until because I need my, yeah, exactly. I just don't. I don't know. They aren't for the people, man. I mean, maybe Trump a little bit, but I think they like to say they are, but I don't know. Biden's thing was before, which I thought was great. Not so much for me. Social Security needs the 200 on his platform. This is what I am going to do for seniors. $200 flat raise and blah 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 and blah. None of it came true. Nothing. And just on that alone, do I need it personally? No, not really. Are there people out there that are only getting maybe 1,000? like we're talking about, that could have used a, what is that, like a 30% bump, 25% bump in there, or 20%, I don't know. Anyway, it's a good sized bump in their deal, and they're, and they're going, oh well, it's not that bad, and it's not. I said, wait a minute, man. They just said like 3-4 years ago, milk was $1. I don't know the prices, $1 a gallon, and now it's $2. I think it's more like $3 and $5 now. But it costs a hell of a lot more money. I forget, somebody had said on Facebook that he can now carry $20 worth of groceries on his bicycle home. He can, no problem. But it just, he didn't do any of that. And I understand it's not just him. I mean, it's everybody that's got their platforms. They promise you everything in the world, and you're lucky if you get, that much. But what I don't like about it is your guy thought of it, and it's a great idea, but F you, we're not going to do it because it was your idea. It'll help the people. It'll be great for the people. But our guys didn't think of it. Your guys did. So we're going to fight you tooth and nail. Is that a way to run the greatest country in the world? Please. But what I was going to say earlier, I'm a big stickler on vets, okay? And they take all this money and they're throwing towards that, giving people running across the border money, medical, everything, food stamps. And I got vets that are living in the streets and shit, I mean, come on, people. Get your shit together. These people fought for us to be doing what we're doing now. Vets are the shit. Okay, a lot of friends that died for this country, for the USA. My country's Thailand. I don't know anybody that died for Thailand. Mark's leaving. All right, back to the grindstone. You need to retire, brother. Retire. Have a good day. Let's see. All right. Everything Trump promised he did. Yeah, I think, like I said, I didn't follow much. I'm not a big, I never was. Okay. I didn't look at it enough. I should have been, because that's why things don't get done. People are like me, but I don't know. From what I've seen, it's the biggest business in the world. Why not let a businessman try it? But you let him try it, but you fought him tooth and nail. And then when Biden got in, you fought him tooth and nail. It's like no one wants to work together. And that Nancy Pelosi, I think she's insane. How she got to stay in there all those years, I'm in total amazement. Did our founding fathers go, well, we only want the presidents to serve their 2 terms, that's it. But the Speaker of the House can stay in there for 150 years, and I think she might be 150 now. I didn't never understood it, and she seemed as loony as the day was long. First time I ever seen her. Crazy as hell. Crooked as the day is long, also. Just my personal opinion. I'll probably lose some more subscribers. We'll go and look later. 18 weeks. All right. I'll be counting. Have a good day. But, damn, like I said, it really irks me to hear from people that I know, friends of mine, well, they're fighting me on my vision care. They're fighting me on whether Agent Orange is killing me or, this and that. They're fighting me. They're fighting them because they don't have the money. And if they weren't giving it to everybody else, they'd have the freaking money. There shouldn't be anybody that served for this country that should have to pay a dime after they got out. Just like the presidents and all those other idiots up there and that get to keep getting paid. Don't give them shit. Give it to the servicemen and the vets. They deserve it. But anyway, I could ramble on and on about that. I'm very passionate, if you couldn't tell, about that. I had a lot of friends dying in Vietnam, and and the way that they were treated when they came back was just disgusting. And a lot of friends that came back. That was a big thing with me is, here you're taking somebody and you're teaching them to desensitize them to kill people and not lose their mind, okay? It's not a normal thing. You don't just wake up one morning and go, I could kill people. till you kill somebody, and then you go, holy shit, you know, it screws with you, right? So, you know, and then when they get out there, okay, you know, especially in Vietnam, you know, okay, see ya. We spent all this stuff in basic training and all your training to desensitize you, but you've got one day to get the F out and go to work at McDonald's. And don't worry about those guys that are spitting on you as you're getting off the plane. Uh, anyway, I get a little bit fired up over that shit. A lot of them come back and kill themselves. They didn't die in Vietnam. They blew their brains out back in the States, you know. But I talked to Logan, I think, and Logan had said in one of the streams saying they do, you know, because now they've got that, what is it called, where you're screwed up, and they are looking at that seriously because it's a true fact, you know. But and they're giving them help and that kind of stuff, which I was glad to hear. You can't just turn somebody into a killer and then bring them back and put them in McDonald's and think everything's going to be okay. Just ain't going to work. My opinion. Could I be wrong? I guess I could be. Could you tell me I'm wrong? No. I don't think I'm wrong. I've seen too many friends come back 6'4", 280 pounds, pure muscle, come back 6'4", 136 pounds, yellow with hepatitis and jaundice and everything else from needles and shit. And what happened to them? Boom. Well, goodbye. You know, I didn't die there, but I died because of. So I don't know. I'm never wrong. I don't know about that. I thought I was once, but I wasn't. I had a teacher that in 9th grade that said that. I'm never wrong. Wait, one time, no, I was right that time too. He was a Marine Corps drill sergeant. He was a piece of work, man. I looked up to him big time. I had him for my last 9th grade. I had him for 2 or 3 classes. He taught print shop, and I was a TA in 3 classes, and he was something, man. Mr. Rob. He was, and I had him for F9. So I had him in the morning for F9, and I had him for 3 classes during the day. So pretty much I was in his class the whole time I was in junior high school, my 9th grade year. But yeah, I don't know. I hope they think about stuff like that. I was happy to hear it when Logan had told me that they're putting stuff out there to give these guys support and women support coming back. You know, it's not an easy thing, man. I remember my niece, her husband or future husband or boyfriend was going, I think it was Afghanistan or one of them, and they were going to put him on a boat on the river, and then he was going to work, you know, a bunch of stuff, and he was scared shitless, right? And you know, what do I do? I said, you know, it's up to you, you know. But if somebody comes up to you and an old grandma, and don't let them get close to you, tell them to get away, get down. You know, if they don't, blow their brains out and worry about it with a psychiatrist when you get back to the States. You know, too many people. I know one in particular in Vietnam. He was sitting on a stool in a bar, and the kid came up, got between, not his buddy that was next to him, but in between that buddy and the next buddy, and wanted a candy bar, and nuzzled his way up between them and pulled the pin. And the buddy next to him, when he looked back, just screaming, he had nothing left from the waist down, was gone. And watched 2 of them bleed to death there on the floor. Went outside, pulled his sidearm out, and started shooting kids. And they let him back in the United States. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. 3 months. 3 months, and he blew his brains out. I don't know. What a bummer shit to talk about, right? Let's talk about something nice. It's nice here in Pattaya. Sorry about that, guys. I get on a rambling. When you're on your end. But I do wish they would do more for the veterans, both financially and you know, they need to. But anyway, We got 7 people, stubborn people that are still watching. I want to thank everybody. I think I'm going to end it. It's been an hour and a half on a test live stream. Maybe I'll do another one. No, that would be tomorrow. I'll probably do one before we leave. I'll do one maybe on Saturday. I don't know. I'll have to see. But I want to thank everybody that is in here. Thanks for watching me and putting up with my ramblings. I just, do I ever want to see anybody get hurt or killed? Or no, I don't. Of course, I don't. Do I think we need to do something about our borders? Yeah, I do. But hey, thanks, JR. Hopefully, I didn't depress everybody in here. We're usually upbeat, but thanks everybody for watching. And I'll play the outro, Richard from Ashard Travels, in case anybody has watched my live streams and didn't know that he did the intro and the outro for my live streams. He did. And I appreciate it. I'm going to go over here. With that, go down to my outro. Thank you, everybody. Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're at. And I will catch you on the next one.